Welcome to this explainer. I want to talk about something that most people completely overlook when they owe the IRS: the interest. Everyone focuses on the penalties, and I get it. Penalties feel more visible and more punitive. But the interest is what quietly eats your balance alive, and most people have no idea how fast it actually grows. So let me break down exactly how IRS interest works, because understanding this changes how urgently you approach your tax debt.
IRS interest is charged under Internal Revenue Code Section 6621. The rate is the federal short-term rate plus 3 percentage points. For individuals in 2026, that works out to about 7%. Now, 7% might not sound terrible compared to a credit card rate, but here's the critical difference that most people miss. Credit card interest compounds monthly. IRS interest compounds daily. That means every single day, Saturday, Sunday, Christmas, it doesn't matter. The interest from yesterday becomes part of today's balance. And tomorrow, you're paying interest on that new, slightly larger number. It's interest on interest on interest, and it never takes a day off. Let me show you what that looks like in real numbers, because this is where it gets eye-opening.
Say you owe $2,000 and you let it sit for 3 months. The interest alone is about $35. Okay, not devastating. But now let's scale it up. $5,000 for 6 months? You're looking at about $175 in pure interest. And remember, that's on top of any penalties. The penalty is a separate charge. $10,000 for a full year? Over $700 in interest alone. And here's the compounding effect in action. In year 2, you're not paying interest on $10,000. You're paying interest on $10,700. So year 2's interest is even higher than year 1's. Every year that passes, the growth accelerates.
Here's another detail that catches people off guard. The IRS interest rate changes every quarter. The IRS announces the new rate about a month before each quarter starts, based on the federal short-term rate at that time. So if you've been carrying a balance across multiple quarters, each quarter might have a slightly different rate applied to your balance. A flat estimate using one rate is mathematically wrong. The free calculator at ustaxpenaltysaver.com handles this properly. It applies the correct IRS rate to each quarter individually, using the exact same daily compounding formula the IRS uses. You can see your interest broken down day by day, and you can see the per-day cost of waiting. That daily figure is your wake-up call. It tells you exactly how much every day of inaction is costing you.
Now, here's the one thing I really want you to take away from this. The IRS will negotiate on penalties. They have first-time abatement, reasonable cause relief, and other programs for getting penalties reduced or eliminated. But interest on the tax? They almost never waive it. The only exception is under IRC Section 6404E, which applies only if the IRS itself caused an unreasonable delay through a ministerial or managerial act. That's extremely narrow.
So the single most effective thing you can do to reduce your total bill is to resolve your balance as fast as possible. Even a partial payment helps. It reduces the principal that interest is calculated on, which slows the daily compounding. If you can pay half now and figure out the rest later, you'll save real money compared to paying the full amount 6 months from now.
2 takeaways. 1, interest never sleeps, so every day you resolve sooner saves you money. 2, always verify the IRS's interest figure against your own calculation, because errors happen, and if the IRS overcharged you, you can dispute it. Run your numbers for free at ustaxpenaltysaver.com. There's no sign-up required, and you'll see your exact interest figure in about 2 minutes.
This is general information, not legal or tax advice. IRS interest rates change quarterly, so always verify the current rate against your specific IRS notice.